Have you ever met someone who always seems happy? Not fake happy, not pretending everything is perfect, but genuinely happy. The kind of person who laughs easily, enjoys simple moments, doesn't seem trapped by stress all the time. And then you wonder what they know that everyone else doesn't. Most people believe happiness comes from major life events: getting rich, finding the perfect relationship, buying the dream house, reaching a huge goal. But if happiness only came from big achievements, then every successful person would be happy. And we all know that's not true. The truth is much simpler. Happiness is usually built from small habits that shape the way your brain experiences everyday life. Tiny actions, tiny decisions, tiny moments, repeated again and again. Most people ignore them because they seem too small to matter. But small things done consistently have a way of changing everything. Today, I'm going to share 10 unusual habits that can genuinely make you happier. These aren't the typical drink more water or wake up at 5 a.m. habits you've heard 1,000 times. These are simple habits that can change the way you feel, think, and experience life. And by the end of this video, I want you to pick just one habit and try it. Because sometimes, one small change is all it takes to create a completely different day. Let's begin. Habit number 1. Talk to one stranger. Most people avoid strangers. We walk past each other without speaking. We stare at our phones in elevators. We sit silently on buses. We live around people without really connecting with them. But here's something interesting. Psychologists have found that people consistently underestimate how good it feels to interact with strangers. A short conversation with a cashier, a smile to someone walking their dog, a quick chat with a shopkeeper. These interactions may seem meaningless, but they create something powerful: connection. Humans are social creatures, and sometimes the happiness you're searching for isn't hidden in a self-help book. It's hidden in a simple conversation you've been avoiding. The next time you're buying something, ask someone how their day is going. You might be surprised how much better you feel afterward. Habit number 2, create tiny anticipation. Think about your favorite childhood memories: waiting for your birthday, waiting for a school trip, waiting for summer vacation. Part of the excitement wasn't the event itself. It was looking forward to it. Your brain loves anticipation. The problem is that many adults stop creating things to look forward to. Life becomes work, responsibilities, sleep, and repeat. No wonder happiness starts fading. Try creating tiny events. Plan your favorite meal tomorrow. Save an episode of your favorite show for the evening. Schedule coffee with a friend. Order a book you've been wanting to read. When your brain has something positive waiting in the future, even a small thing, your mood improves today. That's the power of anticipation. Habit number 3. Take a different route home. This sounds ridiculously simple, but that's exactly why most people never do it. The human brain loves efficiency. Once it finds a routine, it repeats it automatically. The same roads, the same shops, the same environment, over and over again. Eventually, life starts feeling repetitive. Not because life is boring, but because your brain stopped noticing it. Take a different route home. Explore a new street. Visit a place you've never entered before. Notice things you normally ignore. Novelty wakes up the brain. And when the brain wakes up, life feels more interesting. Sometimes, happiness isn't about changing your entire life. Sometimes, it's about changing what you pay attention to. Habit number 4. Wear your best outfit for no reason. Most people save their favorite clothes for special occasions. But here's the problem. Special occasions don't happen every day. Why wait? Wear the outfit that makes you feel confident. Wear the shoes you love. Wear the jacket that makes you feel like the best version of yourself. Not because someone will notice, because you will notice. The way you dress affects the way you feel, and the way you feel affects the way you behave. A lot of confidence starts before you even leave the house. It starts with how you choose to show up. And before we move to the next habit, Let me ask you something. How many of these habits have you actually tried? Not heard about, not agreed with, actually tried. Because knowledge doesn't change lives. Action does. So if you're enjoying this video and you want more practical psychology, mindset shifts, and habits that genuinely improve your life, make sure you subscribe right now and comment below which habit you're going to try first. I read the comments and I'd love to know. Now let's continue. Habit number 5, create a personal reset song. Everyone has that one song. The song that instantly changes their mood. The song that gives them energy. The song that reminds them of better times. The song that makes them feel alive. Most people use music passively. Happy people often use it intentionally. Create a reset song. Whenever you're stressed, frustrated, disappointed, or mentally exhausted, play it. Stand up. Move around. Sing if you want. Dance if nobody's watching. The goal isn't looking cool. The goal is changing your emotional state. Because emotions are often patterns, and sometimes one song is enough to interrupt the pattern. Habit number 6, do something childish. Adults are obsessed with productivity. Everything must have a purpose. Everything must create results. Everything must be useful. But happiness doesn't always work that way. Children find joy in things that make absolutely no sense. They run, they play, they laugh, they imagine, they create. Not because they're trying to achieve something, because it's fun. When was the last time you did something purely for enjoyment, not for money, not for productivity, not for approval, just because it made you smile? Draw something, fly a kite, play a game, kick a football, build something random. You don't stop playing because you get old. You get old because you stop playing. Habit number 7. Leave your phone in another room. Most people don't realize how much anxiety comes from constant accessibility. Your phone doesn't even need to ring. Just knowing it's nearby changes your attention. Part of your brain is always waiting, checking, expecting, refreshing, looking for the next notification, the next message, the next distraction. Try leaving your phone in another room for 20 minutes. At first, it feels uncomfortable. Then something strange happens. Your mind becomes quieter. Your thoughts become clearer. Your attention becomes stronger. And you realize how much mental energy was being stolen by a device you weren't even actively using. Habit number 8. Create a done list. Everyone talks about to-do lists, but almost nobody talks about done lists. At the end of the day, write down everything you completed. Every task, every accomplishment, every promise you kept. Even the small things. Why? Because your brain has a negativity bias. It focuses on what remains unfinished. You could complete 20 things and still feel bad about the one thing you didn't do. A done list corrects that. It reminds you that progress is happening, and happiness grows when people feel progress. Not perfection. Progress. Habit number 9, delete one thing every day. Most people spend their lives adding things. More apps, more possessions, more commitments, more responsibilities, more stress. But what if happiness comes from subtraction? Delete one unnecessary thing. An app you never use. A photo you don't need. A file creating clutter. A commitment draining your energy. A habit holding you back. Less clutter creates more space. And more space creates more peace. Sometimes happiness isn't about getting more. It's about carrying less. Habit number 10. Watch a sunset instead of a screen. Think about how much time you've spent looking at screens this week. Hours. Maybe dozens of hours. Now think about how many sunsets you've watched from beginning to end. Probably not many. And that's unfortunate, because sunsets remind us of something important. The world is still beautiful. Life is still happening. There's still something extraordinary about being alive. For a few minutes, stop scrolling. Stop consuming. Stop rushing. Just watch. No productivity, no goals, no distractions. Just presence. Because happiness often exists in moments we normally rush past. And that's really what this entire video is about. Not finding happiness somewhere in the future. Not waiting for life to become perfect. Not chasing some magical moment when everything finally falls into place. It's about noticing what's already available. A conversation, a song, a sunset, a laugh, a new experience, a simple moment of connection. These things seem small, but small things shape daily life, and daily life shapes happiness. The happiest people aren't necessarily the people with the easiest lives. They're often the people who learned how to appreciate ordinary moments. So here's my challenge for you. Pick one habit from this video, just one, and do it within the next 24 hours. Not next week, not next month, today. Because reading about happiness won't make you happier. Watching videos about happiness won't make you happier. Thinking about happiness won't make you happier. Taking action will, and if you've made it all the way to the end, comment the word happy below. That way, I'll know you're someone who finishes what they start. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share this with someone who needs a reminder that happiness doesn't have to be complicated. I'll see you in the next video.